Hey guys, so I want to do a video here comparing the S5 versus the Galaxy Note 3, and we're going to go over the specs. Actually, the Galaxy Note 3 is my main smartphone at the moment. It's a pretty nice device overall. When we check out these devices over here, the Galaxy Note 3, of course, there's a ton of different color variants with the Fox leather back here and the S Pen. It looks pretty great. It is some good stuff in here, and then of course the brand new Galaxy S5 with like the dotted back, and then that it did come in a few different variants here: blue, gold, white, and black. So if you use straight go into this, first you do have, instead of micro SIM, you have nano SIM, so it's more mini SIM card. I think it's the same size actually as in the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 5s. Yeah, so let's move on here. Actually, the S5 is a little bit slimmer here, 8.1mm, 8.3. Not really super big difference there. Of course, the dimensions is the key difference here, because this one has a 5.7-inch display. This one has a 5.1-inch display. Actually, rumors were saying 5.2-inch display. Both have the same 1080p display, it seems, but the pixel density, of course, is higher on a 5.1-inch panel compared to 5.7, so that could be good. Big thing here is first the fingerprint sensor on the front side, which sounds pretty insane and cool, and then the IP67 certification, which means dust and water resistant, and they're saying up to 1 meter and 30 minutes. Sounds pretty interesting. 30 minutes is actually not that long time. I wonder what happens if you go further than that. Maybe TechCracks should try that out in a video. Let's go down. Gorilla Glass 3, same protection on the glass on the front side. There were some things here that I was kind of curious about. From what I've seen actually on the Note 3, it actually doesn't come in a 16GB variant, but here it's stating it's 16, 32, and 64GB variant, but I've only seen the 32GB variant. Here, the S5 is actually also listing a 16GB variant and the 32GB variant. I really hope that majority of those phones will be the 32GB variant, because 16GB is pretty lame. Yeah, it's super lame actually. If we go down here, you can see 30 megapixel versus a 60 megapixel shooter here. Both can record 2K resolution video at 30 frames per second. No 4K video recording as the Sony Xperia Z2 apparently had. But you can see also the resolution is a little bit higher here on the S5, 4640 times 304080 versus 4128 versus 3096. It's not really going to be a big difference if you're not going to like print up these things. Still the same kind of like 2 megapixel camera here on the front side here. Still listing dual video call. I'm not really sure if that's anything that we're gonna see. I've seen now the chipset needs to be confirmed that it's the Snapdragon 801 chipset inside of the S5 clocked at 2.5 GHz versus the Snapdragon 800 clocked at like 2.3 GHz quad on the Note 3. It's a little bit higher clocked also on the GPU, and the memories is a little bit faster on the S5 from what I've seen with this new chipset. But still, Crate 400. We also seen an Exynos variant of the S5, which is pretty cool. An Exynos variant clocked at I think 2.1 GHz, which is also pretty interesting. It's probably not going to be the main variant. And then the battery life is both good here on both. 200 more extra milliamp compared to the S4 last year, and the Note 3 has 3200 milliamps, has a little bit more milliamps, so you're probably going to get overall better battery life on the Note 3, but just a little bit better probably, at least. So yeah, just quickly look here on these two phones. Which one's your favorite? Of course, there is a price difference, and of course, I need to pick up the S5 to see my own opinions about it and compare it against other Galaxy devices, because I do have a lot of Galaxy devices out there. So it's going to be a fun little adventure. Yeah, have a good day.